whenever we are going to post any transaction, in system we will get one or multiple document. Maybe in some transaction you will get one document, in some transactions you will get multiple document. Sometimes maybe all are accounting documents, or sometimes maybe other transactions like other documents will be there. For example, we posted one transaction, let's say some expense debited, bank credited, right? So let's say no cost objects are there. Okay, assume that no cost object there. Then in this case, only the FI document will be there. Only FI document. So what I can say, document, whenever we are posting any transaction, system will generate one confirmation for the audit trail, and that is one document. So here no document is there. Right, so here no document is here, sorry, one document is there, that is only for FI posting. If I will add one cost object here, right, cost object, then one controlling document will be there. Maybe let's say we add a cost center, so one FI document, one CO document. This data is going to save in two table, this data is also going to save in two table, right? So we will see the document. In each document or in accounting document, right now we are, and this document concept is not only FI, you will find in SD also document is there, in MM also document is there. So whenever we are going to post some transaction, as I told, system will generate one or multiple document. So let's say this is one FI document posted here. The upper segment of the document is document header. And the lower segment of the document is known as line item. So in header you will find some informations like let's say, better I will open one document. So this is one document, and this one is your header segment, document header, and this is your document line item. In header, informations like some number is there, that is your document number. Then dates are there. One is your invoice date or document date, another one posting date, when it was posted. Then depends on your configuration about the fiscal year and posting period, this period will update, and some ledger is also updated. Right now you don't know, you just ignore this one, and other things. Okay, currency. So these are the informations, it is updated in the document, and this data is updated in the, if it is any accounting document, then this data you will find in the table BKPF. That means when we are posting the transaction, this BKPF table is going to update. Now coming to the line item segment. So in line item segment, you will find some amount is there. Right now it's 0, but some amount is there. Then the line item currency is also there, and some accounts are there. That means this is nothing but GL, and some technical informations are also there, posting key. Okay, so this data you will find in the BSEG. So header data will be there, line item will be there, and this is only one document. How can we will say one document? Go to the relationship browser and see how many documents are there. It's only one document. Okay, let me show you another document. In accounting, you can see three documents are there. One accounting document, 10026, one profit center document, 450-844, and one controlling document also. That means user posted one transaction with reference to one document. There are two other documents are there. So these are the integrated documents are there. So, but all are your accounting document. But if we will see some other category. So this is one accounting document, but this document no one posted in the system. So here you will find from other sources. If you'll see the original document, this is not the original document. Original document posted in the system. This is the original document or vendor invoice posted in the system with reference to this document. That means 609162. We got the FI document. Or here you can see other documents are also linked. This particular transaction or invoice, you can see the complete other hierarchy or other documents are there. So that means we understood if whenever we are going to post any transaction as a confirmation, system is going to generate one or multiple document, right? And maybe that is all are your accounting document, or like maybe sometimes other source documents or other documents with reference to those documents. In accounting, we are going to get some FI or CO transactions. This header part of the document is controlled by document type. Header part is of the document is controlled by document type, and the line item controlled by something posting key. Now let's see what is this document type and why it is required. Okay, let's see the categorization of documents. Suppose I am going to post some transactions like this. One GL posting, some customer invoice, collection from customer, credit memo, customer credit memo, or what you call as sales return. Different type of transactions posted. See here, this is your, if we will apply the account types, so this one is what account type? It is S, GL. This is also GL. Customer D, ledger S, ledger S, customer D. Okay, sales, this is again ledger S, customer S, D. Now if we will see here, only check the customer items. This is one customer transaction, this is also one customer transaction, and this is one customer transaction. So all line items only D are there. Then it is very difficult to find out what type of transaction. Let's say we extracted one report and all line items we are finding something D. Then from this report, it is very difficult to find out what type of transaction it is. All are transaction related to customer, but from only account time we are not getting the type of transaction. So that's why we have something called document type. Transaction code OBA7. So this is, we can say, one tool. By using this document type, we are categorizing the document. So classification of the document, controls the document number range, controls the document header. This is one certification question. Controls the document header. So classification means, and you will find this, although we can create the new document type, but you will find the list of document type in system. OBA7. Global setting, document, document type. For the time being, you just ignore these two. Define document type for GL view, define document type for entry view and GL view. You just ignore this. Define document type. So here you can find some standard transactions or standard document types are available for different transactions. For example, if you want to post a GL transaction, so what is the document type? SA. It's already there. If you want to post a transaction related to customer invoice, then it is DR. If it is collection, then DZ. So like this, different document types are there. So go into detail. Each document type is linked with some account types. That means these are the different account types are linked with this document type. So DR can be used with asset, customer, material, GL. Each document type is linked with one number. Then foreign exchange. Right now it is blank. It can be linked. Negative posting permitted or not. Intercompany posting transactions are possible or not. So different control parameters are there. So you can see here. Let's check another document. Let's say customer invoice. This is customer invoice. Let's say GL. So some parameters are there, something there. So these document types are going to use when we will post the transaction. Next question. We are going to add these document types manually. There are two type of transaction code postings are there. One is your general and one is your auto posting, or that is known as your enjoy posting. So this, if you go to one T code in general, so it is a document user posting screen transaction code where we will post the GL transaction. So with one particular transaction code F-02, you can see the document type is there. Although you can change it here, but it is not recommendable to change, but you can change here, right? So that means there is some relation between the transaction code and the document type. So whatever the transaction you will enter, T code will enter, automatically system will select that particular document type. For example, right now it is what? SA. Okay, if I will change it, the transaction code, now it is KR because it is related to vendor invoice. So these document types are there in the system. If you want to create new document type, click on new entry, add the details, whatever you want, and you can continue with this. But even whatever the transactions are there, it is already all the document types are available. Standard document types are available. No need to create anything. In each document type, one number is there. Okay, 01. So somewhere you will find some other number. For example, let's say customer invoice. Okay, now let's see what are these different documents. what are these numbers and why it is required. Whenever we will post one transaction, I told you system will generate the document, and if documents will be there, it will update in one table or multiple tables. So in future, if you are going to retrieve the document, so how we will retrieve the document? Business transaction. Sorry, document type. Document number range. So next question, in document type, do we need to, for practice point of view, do we need to configure anything? No, not required. Already the standard documents are there. But if it is your client is asking some specific document type or which is not there, or if you don't want to use any standard, then in that case you can create. But even in real projects, we are using the standard document types, and these document types are globally accepted. No need to create any document types, but because for all type of transactions, the document types are available. Let's say we need to create one GL posting. What is the document type? SA. For this, we need to create one number range, 1000 to 1499. If it is customer invoice, DR 1999. If it is collection, so what I did here, for each transaction, one dedicated document type is there. It is already there in the client. This number range I created, or consultant will create the number range. The next, we need to link this number with a document type. That means if user is going to post a transaction related to document type SA, then in system, or system will allocate one number between 1000 to 1499. If it is related to DR, then it will allocate the number 1500 to 1999. In no way for customer invoice or DR, system is going to assign one number between this range. So if the numbers are allocated internally, then it is known as, or system will allocate the number, it is known as internal number assignment. Right? If user is going to assign the number, it is known as external number assignment. Let's say it is one. Okay, here I want, let's say document number should be, I'm thinking, let's say it's a 456 something I entered. I'm getting one message. Don't fill anything in the document number field. That means no need to enter anything. Why? Because in backend, maybe we did the configuration where system will allocate the number. No need to enter the number range, number here. So leave it blank. That is the message we are getting. So it is known as internal number assignment. In document, it is recommended go for internal document assignment so that uniformity will be maintained. Otherwise, we have, let's say 10 of locations are there and we have 500 users are there. And if different user will use different numbers their own, then it will be difficult. So better create the number range and let the system assign one number from this range. In this step, we need to do the configuration. We have to create the document number range. Okay, document types are already there at client level. This number range are created at company code level. This is created at company code level. These are already available at client level. So we need to maintain one link for this number range with document type. how we will create this link. In each document, each document type, you will find one document number. Like here it is 18. So that means if you need to create a number range for DR, then it should be 18. If it is related to DZ, then it should be some number. It should be 14. This number can be changeable. Don't change in the standard system. It can be changeable. Here, if you want, you can take a different number also. So this will be 14. This will be
Where is the range? Where do you define the range, and how do you get that 14 number?
14 number. It is already there. We need to create a range by using this 14 number.
Okay. All right.
This one is standard number. This range we need to configure.
Oh, okay. All right. Understand.
Okay. So create the document number range. Next setting, document number range. Documents in entry view. Transaction code FBN1. Define document number range for entry view. Enter the company code, as all the numbers are created at company code level. Document company code, and what is company code? Our WM10. Three options are there: display, change interval, number range status. Take here number, what the number you want. Let's say I want to take GL01. Take one number range. Let's say I will take here 10, 4 times 0, 10, 4 times 9. So that means whenever we are going to post the transaction, automatically system will take the number range from here. So if it is first, then 10, 4 times 0, then 10, 1, 2, 3, like this. If you want to make it external, just check here. That means automatically, if it is internal, then system will allocate the number automatically. If it is external, then we need to specify the number here. Just give me 1 second. If you want to add one more line, insert line 18. Let's say customer invoice 18, 2018, 18. Fine. So that means when user will post the transaction, system will allocate number from here. System will allocate number from here, like this. Okay, and both are I have taken internal, not the external. That means system will allocate the number, not the user. And what about the NR status? Number range status is, that means it will automatically update. For example, we posted the first document. So this is the document number status. If it is first document, this number, second number 1, and it will automatically update. So right now we have not posted anything from here. So let's see from a different company code. See, that means from this number range already that 14 documents are posted here. So automatically this document status will be there, and this should match with your document database. Like let's see the document database. Same company code MA10. Enter the category, type. So what is the last document updated? No, not. It's a different company or what? One second. MA10. Here it is also MA10. The last document is 7. Why 14? Document MA10 relating SA. What is, one second, let me check the document. Okay, I got it. Actually, here 14 documents are there, but when I search the data here, it's only I have selected the category SA. So some documents related to AB is also there. Let me add both the document type, you will find. SA, because SA and AB both are sharing the same number range. Now got it? Okay, so this should be matched with your this data.
Can
Now coming,
we have multiple number ranges for the same type of document? Is it possible or is it needed?
yeah, you can. For example, if similar type of document types are there, then you can assign. That's why I told you this number can be changeable. If we'll go to here, let's say SA. So what is the document number? 01. Check the AB. Number is 01.
Right.
Check the asset. 01. So if similar type of transactions are there, same number range we can assign with multiple. Even if, or let's say you have created only one number range and you have assigned to all the document types, it's okay. System will post the transaction. But demerit is very quickly your numbers will be completed. It will be executed because for different type of transaction you have just created only one series. That's why.
Okay.
Okay. Now coming to the line item segment, this part. So in line item segment, this one, so here you will find all the accounting informations, because when we posted the transaction, we identify the type, but nowhere we have defined whether it is a debit entry or a credit entry, right? So this settings was not there from the document type. So again, we have something called posting key. Transaction code OB41. So whenever we will post a transaction, as I told, two transaction codes are there. One is your general and one is your enjoy. So if it is general, then we have to specify the posting key, or you can say in line item segment, some numbers are there, 40 and 50. Somewhere you will find some different numbers. For example, if you'll change the category here, you will find different numbers. Let's say it is Now it is something different, 18, 9, 96, 50. So this somewhere, that means one account is whether it may be debited or maybe it is credited. So how can I say that this debit credit? This is from the posting key. Okay, so when user will post the transaction, if it is integrated document, then in configuration we have to do the integration, and during account, that is known as your account determination process. In account determination process, user will define this posting keys. Maybe it is already there, otherwise user will like if it is our own account determination, then we have to specify the posting key, otherwise it is already there. Let's say it is already there, then no need to do anything. If it is your own account determination, then you have to specify what are the keys you are going to use for debit, what is the key you are going to use for credit. When we will do the configuration, we will see. If it is direct posting, in direct posting, if you are posting a one general transaction, so here you can see automatically 140 is there. So that means like your document type, this posting key also linked with your transaction code. Right, for example, it is the T code F-02. You can see F-02 means it is a GL posting. GL posting means account type S. Account type S, if it is debit, then it is 40. If it is credit, then 50. But always not debit credit is 40 and 50. So if it is, let's say, I will change the transaction code. Now see, it's 31. It's credit entry. That means depends on the account type. Here account type is K. Vendor, if it is going to credit through invoice, then 31. So you will get the list of this posting keys here. Define posting keys. So the list of posting keys you will find here. So that time it was 40 debit entry. If account type S debit, then 40. Account type S credit 50. Account type asset A debit entry 70. Credit entry 75. Okay, for example, let's say customer invoice, then 01. So automatically it will be linked when you will go to, okay, here what is that? 31. That means vendor. Account type K, vendor credit through invoice, then 31. So whenever you are going to post the transaction, automatically these numbers will be there, or manually you need to select.
Who is defining these keys at the beginning? Is the customer telling you to define these posting key numbers, or is it something that?
No, they will not, they don't know anything regarding this technical. It is
Right.
already programmed in the ABAP program, which is already there. If you are going to generate some new T codes or ZT codes, so in that case, you need to specify your ABAPer what posting key they need to program there.
Okay.
Customer will tell you, I need in my, they need whether this transaction needs to be debit or credit. They don't know anything related to posting key. So during programming, you are going to, or your ABAPer going to specify what the posting key they are going. If it is, let's say, standard transaction code, then no need to worry about this. These posting keys are already linked. If it is a new transaction code you are developing, Z transaction codes, then there you have to specify.
So by Z, you mean any custom transaction codes?
Custom transaction codes, yes. Okay, so posting key, no configuration required. Document type, no configuration required. Number range you have to configure. Now coming to next setting, that is field status variant. Okay, before field status variant, let's post one transaction and we will see. In a document, I'm going to do a document posting. See, we're getting some message. Account 1005 requires an assignment to a CO object. That means being user, I need to enter here some CO object. It's not specifying what the CO object we need to add, whether it is cost center or internal order or profitability segment, but something is required. Okay, so that we need to specify. So here if I will enter the cost center, then maybe it will accept. Now it's accepted. That means in configuration, we did some backend setting so that whenever user will post any transaction, all the field settings we can manage at our end. Okay, whatever the fields are appeared. So like here it was asking the field cost center. That means if I will not enter this cost center, so system is not going to accept this particular transaction. Somewhere maybe some other fields will be there. So how we are going to manage this? This is nothing but one field settings. Okay, similarly like when you have created any Gmail account, so that time you entered some informations like your complete name or date of birth or male or female. If you're not going to specify those information, so they're not, in system you're not going to able to create the new Gmail account or in your mail account. So that means in the backend in their server they did some settings. Whenever there will be new account will be open, these are the minimum informations required. Similar to this, if any transaction will be posted, whatever the fields you want to informations are required, then we can enter. If for example if this specification is not there, right, then what will happen? We can post the transaction but cost center is not there. So that means this particular cost is there in your FI but not in the CO. So as a result, your P&L or your income statement will have this cost, whereas your income from cost calculation point of view, this one is 0. That means as a result for cost of production calculation, it is under production or undervalued. Fine. So let's see the settings. Assume that in system we have only two settings are there. That means one field, either you can take it mandatory or you can leave it. Okay, for example, we have taken as mandatory. Then what will the problem will be there? Three type of document I have taken here example. One is expense posting. One is purchase order. And one is bank payment. Assume that in each document, cost center is mandatory. Here we have taken cost center mandatory, here cost center mandatory. In all it is mandatory. Now problem is, in while posting the expense, it is perfectly applicable. That means cost center required, user will system will ask the cost center, user will enter the cost center. So this cost center may be auto settings possible or manually. Assume that we need to manually, user need to specify the cost center. So it is perfectly applicable. Whereas in purchase order, maybe we have cost center is there or no, cost center is not there. In this case, if user will not enter the cost center, until unless user will enter the cost center, system is not going to accept the particular transaction. Okay, in this case, even if the cost center will not enter, system is not going to accept. But in case of bank payment, cost center is not applicable, but here system will ask the cost center. In purchase order, maybe we don't have the cost center, but if cost center will not be entered, then system is not going to accept. So only by taking the mandatory setting, it's not enough. So we have to do some settings, maybe somewhere mandatory, somewhere optional, and somewhere suppressed. Okay, optional, mandatory, suppressed. So that means if anywhere it is required, we will do the settings mandatory. Optional means it's okay. If they will enter, it's okay. Otherwise, they will not enter, it's okay. Suppress means we are not going to remove that field. We don't have the authorization to remove any field from the table. Suppress means that means we are going to hide that field, so that if system will not ask any information for that, and if user will enter, so system is going to throw the error also. So in 3-layer, we are going to control.
Now, is it possible to make it mandatory on the purchase order? Is there a setting for something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, you can do. You can
Okay.
do. So that's why we have to take 3 different, as for this example, we have to take 3 different groups. You take this
Right.
group as G004, G006, G005. So that means in G004, it is mandatory. G006 optional. You are saying that it should be optional. Make it mandatory here in G006. I have taken, like in one company code, let's say we will continue with G006 cost center for purchase order, or not specifically purchase order for this group. This group optional. Maybe in another company code, you want this should be mandatory. So you can take G006 in when you will do the configuration, or a different group, you can take this mandatory. So as for requirement, we can control, we can do this, change the settings. Okay, so that means we can control the field at field level, or group level, or at variant level. Variant concept means again create once and assign with multiple company code. So basically by using this functionality, we are going to control the different fields of document. This is important, document, because same concept is applicable in other area through different tools. That means by using, it's not like only we will use this tool for different field setting. It is only for document or transaction posting. So how we will configure this? Go to ledger, fields, then standard fields, define field status, new entry, take anything 4-digit. So I'm taking the same character, then field status variant, save it. Global set. Now, under this variant, we are going to create some groups. New entry. As for the example, this is G004. This is your costing document. G005, purchase order or material document. G00, no, this is your bank document. Bank payments. G006, material document. Save it. So variant is WM10. This one we need to assign with company code. Under this variant, assume that 3 groups are there. G004. Go to details. And here you will find the different segments are there. What we need? Cost center. So double click here, additional account assignment. Take this field as required. So whenever this will be applicable in any document, system will ask the cost center. Until unless it is not entered, system will ask me. So how the settings will be there? Directly we can't allow, we can't add any group with the company code. We are going to assign the variant. So how then it will be linked? This is your IMG settings. So in IMG settings, you have created the variant WM10, and here you have the group G004. In G004, you have selected 3 radio buttons are there. Suppress, required or optional. So you have selected this is required. This will be linked with GL account. Directly we are not going to use any document. So this will be linked with your GL master. So in GL master, we are going to add these settings, and this GL will be used in various transactions, various postings. So whenever we are going to use this GL, let's say this GL number is 1000. Whenever we are going to use this GL 1000, everywhere system will ask the cost center as mandatory. So this is how we are going to control.
So you're basically going to assign that group to the GL.
Exactly. So group will be assigned to any specific ledger.
Okay.
Okay, here it is not required, so I will make it cost center. I will make this suppressed. Here it is. I will take this optional. So like this, you are going to control. Now, for one particular field, so much combinations or permutation combinations are required. So now you can imagine how many fields are there. Thousands of fields are there in a document, and different type of transactions will be there. So that's why it is very time consuming process if you're going to continue like this. So that's why SAP is providing standard field status variant. You copy it, and they did the settings as per the best practice. That means if you're going to copy from SAP standard system, automatic it is expected cost center is mandatory entry. If you're going to select a group like this, okay, maybe if it is a material related, it is optional. So it's up to you. You can create like this one by one, but again, it is time consuming, or we can copy it. I have explained in both way how to create. Now I will show you how to copy. Even project also we are copying from the standard 0001. So you can do the same, or you can create your own. But make sure that if you're going to create your own, it will take time and you have to correctly configure. This is the concept.
But we can change anytime, right?
Anytime we can change. Yeah, even if you are going to copy, we can change. We have to, let's say, we copied from the standard. Maybe it is not perfectly applicable in our requirement, so we can change it.
In general, do you need a cost center on inventory entries? It's mostly cost center is just for expenses, right? So
in expense, the cost center is there. For example, let's say you are raising one purchase order for asset. So in that case, we want that asset should be linked with the department. So that depreciation posting when we will run, it will be part of my cost of production. So in that case, you can add it. Depends what type.
But if it's just a regular inventory item, then you probably
posting,
don't need.
Yeah, we don't need. So if it is something it's required, for example, we need to create a purchase order. So it's a regular, so I don't need any cost center to be entered here. Okay, so normally I can continue, but I told you on one requirement, we have a cost center. Then if we'll enter here account assignment, if we'll specify here K, that means cost center is required. Now if we'll continue this purchase order, system will ask the cost center. So depends on the requirement.
Okay.
Okay, so I deleted that one. Now I will show you how to create. Go to Field Status Variant, OBC4 transaction code. Always copy from 0001. Don't copy from other area. Maybe it is someone created. So always copy from 0001. Select, copy it, copy as. Take anything 4-digit. Change the description. Copy all. That means under this variant, we copied different type of fields. So you can see here, if it is in 0001 who created. Okay, so this one wrongly created. Wrongly created means it is required from business point of view, but in standard system itself, someone created. That's why. Okay, so you can see actually it should be 41. That means if it is a fresh system, then you will find 41 here. But here it's copied 42. This one created. Let me cancel it. Let me delete that one, because in future we will add some groups. That time I will show you. Someone already created here wrongly. Let me delete it first. In standard system, you will not find this one. If you go to the vanilla client, it is blocked. Do we have access to this? Okay, I will show you. Okay, it's blocked by basis maybe, but if you go to the standard system, you won't get this one. One after that, 3 will be there. Let's delete it. Select, click on copy. Change it. Copy all. 41 copied. 41 standard we copied. If required, we can add, or in future also we are going to add. Now see, under this, different type of transaction, different field status groups are there. If it is general, one is there. Okay, if it is related to material consumption, something is there. So from group wise, your different field settings will differ. Okay, we are just discussing cost center. If we'll check here, G004, see, best practice is providing cost center should be mandatory. For example, let's say you copied, but you don't need the cost center in expense posting. It's, let's say cost center is not applicable. You can change it. Save. Okay, for example, let's say it's 5. So we discussed that here it should be suppressed. In bank payment, cost center suppressed. If it is bank payment, another field, that is your value field, that should be mandatory. See here, it is required entry. This field you will not get in other area. Okay, for example, let's say if it is 4, you won't get value field should be mandatory. See, it's suppressed. So it depends on the transaction or nature of transaction, we need this field settings. Next, assign it to company code. Assign company code to field status variant. Company code WM10. Okay, done. How to use it while posting the transaction, we will see. Fine. So some global settings we completed today. We completed the detailed document discussion. In document, we have not configured anything. We configured the number range in the document concept. Document type, posting keys are there already. Then we discuss the different field settings. Okay, any question before we wind up?
The only where can I get the recordings actually? Like, because I miss a little session today.
I think Srinivas must have shared some link, drive link.
Okay,
So
I'll check
all,
Srinivas.
I got the one from yesterday. Is there anything from day before yesterday? I think I missed the one on Sunday.
Sunday we are not the sessions on Sunday.
Well, your Monday, my Sunday.
Okay, Monday morning.
Yeah.
It should be the same drive. I don't have the access. You just check with Srinivas.
Okay,
so
I'll check with Srinivas. And one more thing, sorry, Pradeep. Do we have a class on Friday, like your Saturday?
Saturday
morning?
No.
Oh no. Okay. But we do have on Friday morning, though, right?
Friday morning, IST, yes. Okay. Thursday evening for you.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bye.